at some time zone questions. So when we look at time zones, we know that in different parts of the world, the places are at different times of the day. So we know that as the Earth spins, we have our 24-hour cycle between our morning and then starting the new day is our 24 hours. The same works with our time zones around as well. So they have 24-hour zones. Each part of the world is split up into. So I've obviously got a map that's laid out flat. If you were looking at your globe, you would see those lines of longitude going from the North Pole to the South Pole, and each of them every 15 degrees splits into a different time zone, and each of them are an hour. So if you do 15 times 24, you'll get 360 degrees, which is your degrees in a circle. So looking at a little example of using our time zone. So we might be looking at two places like Brisbane and Madagascar. So I've picked those two on the map there. I can see that my Brisbane falls in that 10 there, where this is our UTC. You might also see that referred to as Greenwich Mean Time or GMT. So here we've got Brisbane is at +10 and Madagascar is at +3. You'll see on the other side we've got our minuses, so we're going back the other way. So if we have got the time of 8 p.m. in Brisbane, and we know that it is, if we go between 3 and 10, that's 7. So we're adding 7 to get to our Brisbane time. Then that means our Madagascar must be going back 7. So that means we would have our Madagascar at 1 p.m. because we've taken 7 hours off there. If we had our Madagascar time of 8 p.m. and we were trying to get to Brisbane time, we would have to count forward 7. So if we went from 8, we would get plus 4 hours would take us to 12 o'clock or midnight, and then we would have another 3 hours, so that would be 3 a.m. the next day. So we always have to be careful of that when we're going forward. If we cross that midnight time, that we're going into that next day. The other one to be careful of is if you cross that international date line, you're changing a day as well. If you have one that is, say, in the negatives, over here, then you're looking at that difference between the two. So if you've got one at -2 and you've got one at 8, then that's a +10 between them. If you're going this way, you're plussing 10, or that way you're taking away 10. And that's how we use our time zones.